Hello there. Welcome back to Revelation. Little fun fact for you. Did you know that there are 30 Bible verses about conspiracy? I did not know that. Now, something else that I did not know, there is a difference between the Gospel of John and the 3 books of John. The Gospel of John was a book about Jesus' life, whereas the 3 books of John were letters that he wrote to his fellow Christians for encouragement and counsel. With that being said, John 13, verse 3 and 4 says, "And these things will they do unto you, because they have not known the Father nor me? But these things have I told you, that when the time shall come, ye may remember that I told you of them. And these things I said not unto you at the beginning, because I was with you." Now, what brought me to this Bible verse today, or these Bible verses, and actually to figure out that there's a difference between 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John and the Gospel of John, was the direction on what should I do for this week's video when I was praying to the Lord about it. And it goes back to being called a conspiracy theorist. You know, if Jesus were preaching the New Testament today, he would be labeled a conspiracy theorist big time. I mean, think about it. You know, the warnings, all of the warnings that he gave us, all the things that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John wrote about, telling us Jesus said this in this sermon, or Jesus preached this, to different groups, whether it be on a hill or actually in the synagogues. And again, his message was warning us about all the things that were going to happen. Things that actually did already happen, and things that are yet to have happened. And unfortunately, so much of what he preached back then, and we read today in the Bible, is basically falling on deaf ears. You know, it reminds me. So I'll have revelations, and I will dreams or visions, whatever, and I will go to the friends or acquaintances or whatever, and I will tell them what that dream or that revelation was. And if that suits them, or they find value in it, they will actually hear it, they will receive it. But when it doesn't, they immediately will, like point blank in my face, tell me that I am a conspiracy theorist. Sometimes they don't tell me, you can kind of see it on their face, but then you'll hear where they have been talking about me behind my back, saying that I was a conspiracy theorist, and trying to paint me out like I was a nut, or a radical, or whatever basically demeaning way that they could talk about me to knock me down, or to try to knock me down, or to try to hush me, or to try to quiet me. So I'll just use for an example. So for years and years, I was preaching to a friend of mine, or revealing to a friend of mine, the urgency to have the basement finished out in their home. And this particular friend kept dismissing me, but I kept saying, look, this is something that needs to be done. You need to have this for the future. And again, it was dismissed. You know, here we are, and mind you, it's been about I want to say at least a 7-8 year thing where I was saying, look, you need to get that basement finished out So now here we are, fast forward to 2021. That friend was actually contacting me to see if I knew of a contractor or if I'd be willing to finish that basement out. Again, I said it 6 or 7 years ago, 8 years ago, whatever it was, and I've been repeating it over and over and over, and it fell on deaf ears. Basically the same thing that Jesus Christ. He kept telling people stuff that kept falling on deaf ears. Here we are in 2021, and I mean, just look at the situation of the world. Look at the things that are coming up in the world right now, and you know, I think it's even worse for people to where they don't want to hear the message. And again, now when you try to share the message of Jesus Christ or the Gospels or any kind of a Bible verse, you are now considered a religious fanatic. Not just a Christian, but a religious fanatic. My personal opinion, from all of my studies, from different things have been revealed to me, there is a true difference between a Christian and a religious person. There is a true difference of a Christian and how they live, and these religious ideologies that tell you how to pray, when to pray, what to give thanks for. You know, if you've sinned, how many dollars you have to pay restitution, how many prayers you have to do for restitution for those sins. Just know that the minute that Jesus Christ died for us on the cross, our sins were forgiven if we were truly repentful of those sins, if we truly believed in Him dying for us and for our sins. Yeah, I know this video is kind of all over the place. I guess the big thing that I want you all to know is, if Jesus were alive today and He were trying to preach the New Testament to us, He would be labeled a conspiracy theorist. People would try to be bullying Him into submission and silence. Sorry, I don't silence very well. Alrighty then. Y'all have an absolutely wonderful and blessed biblical Sabbath. I'll see you next week. Take care.